Let's go.
Case time. Oh my, Mr. Loris feels that way about me? What a creep. Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all.
What do you mean, real secret?
There's no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. She's thinking inside her mind, damn, I could have used them for some shit. If I was still back in the old days. Or not. In any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I would drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Loris is a witness today? No. I believe
Neng,
that
what if
none.
the super big twist is that even back then she was possessed? Then she became.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Looks like Shane's gonna open up the show, huh?
Yeah.
Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. Dude, I can't wait to see Edgeworth as a defense attorney. It's gonna be great. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Mr. Lee's Duxanum, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. 5 locks.
Damn it.
And the Edgeworth,
No.
I hate magic! Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed. Don't worry. I made the necessary arrangement. I've hella rigged this court case. Don't worry about it. It's my talent.
I'm wearing glasses.
I'm wearing glasses. What if that's it? You just put on glasses. Iris? It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I've been entrusted. Very well, sir. I'll leave my defense in your capable hands. Alright, let's do this. It's been a while. What? We're on the wrong side. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. Ah, there you go. We're on the right side now. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The outward camera always shows this way. Or,
It's inverted. I see. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ah, the perfect prosecutor.
Yep.
No one.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of time, of this court's time. An empty prosecutor chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this
Pretty
case...
sure Godot is going to just show up.
Yep, it would seem this case is already over before a chance to begin. No, Shane. Thomas Paine's gonna show up. It's gonna be like, the hero's here.
And his pompadour grew back.
Yep. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court finds the defendant...
Oh no.
Oh, wow. You know, that was not what I was expecting. The prosecution stands ready. And you are... Francisca Von Karma. Prosecuting Prodigy. Shane, everybody's being brought back for this case.
Yeah. But hey, one of these people had to get a W eventually. So this will be her.
Watch the second half. Her dad's gonna come back. The real Von Karma showing back, baby.
All 3 of them are going to appear. They're going to be standing there. And Pain.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
Oh.
Wow. There isn't, but I'm sure once before. I told you, there is no such weakling. Damn, well, she's really covering our back. She really likes Edgeworth that much, huh? She flew across the world for us. What is that, whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. But baby, remove that whip. I have no objection to the whip. Damn. Oh, damn. Is that what is he into? You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there's still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for this histrionic. Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. And this guy has just normal court cases. He doesn't know. Ah! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Ms. Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible, please. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dixonim. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. Shane, how do we know the statue didn't commit the crime, huh? Huh?
Shape-shifting.
The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct?
It almost looks like a rose, oh.
Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Ooh. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. And I get to see Von Karma cry again. What a great reward.
What's the big deal?
Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Oh, hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. My back.
Ow.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby that are back pain plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Little Alfie. Well, I am the head of the nun of Hera Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it. Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
You don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Ah! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts shall leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave?
Don't need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer.
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way little Iris could have done something like that.
Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about a boot? Your own movement that night, eh? Was that intentional? Was that actual?
He's Canadian.
Oh, tell us about your own movement that night, eh? Oh yeah, I finally see. Yes. Not a murder.
That night I was helping an Aculate with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back, act up violently. So, I left Iris to help the Aculate and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. Just after I had finished, I was just heading back. That's when I saw it.
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple, eh?
Yes, you could say that. If my back had been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
Sounds like a pretty important statement you just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
I think it's going to turn out she's lying about her back, and then that she threw her up in the air 10 feet because she's actually a wrestler.
Because she's a wrestler? You know, I wasn't sure where you're going with this theory, but now I see. Also, I like that this story just completely forgot about Maya, and Maya's still trapped in that temple for like 2 days now. No, everyone's
it's gonna get to her, and she's gonna still be only at like 500 or something of the.
I know, but I think it's just so funny that everyone just forgot about Maya. She's just fucking trapped there. No one cares. Alright, tonight you're helping Alkali with her training in the inner temple. But what is this inner temple?
Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right?
We'll be the ones asking you the questions, ma'am.
In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Ridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to echo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It is all quite exacting.
Exacting? I thought it said exciting.
It can't be performed without a nun supervisor.
Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. Tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place? I see, my back likes act up, finally. Should we ask her about her back?
Always press.
Always press. Violently?
That's right. That's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork dinner during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training.
On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it back up, it was gonna finally finish me off.
So left I returned to temple. You left Iris to help. With what?
What do you think? The Hercules training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper.
Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so they don't pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
No bath at the inner temple, and I need a long hot soak. Sure. So you returned to the house of the temple in order to take a bath.
I'm back to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all.
How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
What a filthy little runk you are. I know that what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash?
Jane, what if she takes off her robe and she's actually like a hot person?
Yeah, it's gonna be she will show like a summer video or like a summer photo of her, and she is hot and taller. She just shrinks down for the winter.
Yep.
This is when you have to watch the young ones.
What are you going on about? I was... Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is this some sort of kick me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Is this how Phoenix feels every single time he steps in here?
Anytime you ask a question.
Yep.
Anyway, I couldn't afford to be locked away from my post for too long. You understand, so...
And after I finished the same back, that's when I saw it. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway which you can see in the courtyard.
That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true, eh? There's indeed only one problem with the testimony. If I can clearly point out what it was, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness memories and observation skills are. And I was helping to act like... Okay, so we're at the beginning again.
It's probably gonna be the last one, and it's probably gonna have to do with the timing, right? Because she, like, look at the evidence, the autopsy, 10 to 11 p.m.
Body fell 10 feet after death, so she didn't see that part, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just double check it.
But that would have been, she rung the bell at 10, or Iris rung the bell at 10, because
Yep.
we did hear that go off.
Yep. I do think it's the last statement, and I think it's because she didn't mention the pushing part, the falling part, you know? Because she just said she saw them stab, but the autopsy said there was a fall. So, like, where was that
After her death. She said she passed out.
Let me
after
double
she-
check. Let me double check with the press. Court place, yes. You can see the courtyard, yep. So she saw the courtyard.
I just remember earlier she said she...
Well, she didn't mention anything about the push, so that's what I'm thinking. Let's try it, right? We got HP to spare.
Give it a go. Nope.
Oh no, our first miss. Oh no, Edgeworth, we're looking like a fool. Ow. Curses, it appears I have yet to adjust to be on this side of the courtroom. Yeah, lore reasons, yeah. Good excuse. Okay.
Look at all of this stuff again. Like,
Okay, we got the staff, we got the weapon, we got the hanging scroll. The hood?
Got the hood.
Note to Iris.
The note to Iris.
Tempo in the surrounding area. Data. Wait,
Weather data.
What about the murder photo?
That's what we took after. That's how that people found them.
Yeah.
What's her testimony? She rang the bell. Was in her room.
Until the murder was discovered.
So wait, doesn't that contradict where she says I left Iris? Because Iris never actually, in her words, she never left her room.
I left Iris to help the acolyte and return to the temple. Yeah, I left Iris to help and then returned to the temple, but then
Iris says she never left.
I just didn't think it would work because she's the defendant, you know. I didn't think it would work.
Oh, do we have the murder photo too?
Yeah, this. I was just showing you.
The other one, or was that? Oh wait, no, that was always just shown in like talks about it.
Yeah, just shown in talks. That was more of a memory thing.
Because I was thinking, does she have her hood on during that? Whenever it showed the graphic of her getting
from my memory, she didn't have the hood on.
All right, but yeah, I would say do her testimony to the left Iris.
Damn, big brain. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on the powers of observation memory, after all.
Well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I have a one-off faith that they're all and the head honcho of Hazakura Temple.
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the Iron Temple at all.
No, she said that.
A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose?
Both.
The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical, Francisca. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the Inner Temple will make for a much better alibi. That's true.
But that is, whatever the reason, I can't believe she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes, eh? Well, all people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here, eh? Anyway, neither the witness or the defendant have any reason to lie, eh? Which means...
Neng, you could have said it as anyway, eh? Any eh?
Yeah, you're right. We must call your memory into question.
Dear, you're older than me. You want to play that game, do you?
Well, this isn't exactly what I...
My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence, eh? Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination, eh?
Okay, so it's
What's
this
the
one.
new stuff? New stuff. Back, nope. Came to the temple. Oh, new.
Oh, no, dressed.
Not sure it's exactly as she did that day. Oh, I don't know about that. No. I don't know. She gave this to Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah.
Right before. Yeah, do it.
Alright. Gotcha! Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met She was wearing this demon warning hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Hold it right there. Well, why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it? Miss Von Karma. I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung. What? What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness has seen the defendant as she claims, then the hour she saw should have been missing this very hood.
Well.
I like that
I like
box.
that they have the boxes.
It's not a bad feeling at all. Exposing contradictions like this. Is this the power of a defense attorney? He's getting the high. Shane's getting the high.
Getting it.
Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order in the courtroom. Ah! Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares. Well. I do tend to make too many of them.
I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh?
Each gun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange, eh? Ah! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no
Those are in the
contradiction
inner
here.
temple, though.
Yep. There's no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision, eh?
I'm not sure if I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. After my bath. What'd you do after your bath?
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the Edgeworth temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and... Iris was, missing a lease. I had a sword about things.
Oh, here's the picture. Take a good look.
Yep, no hood.
No hood. And also
And her head.
impaled.
And her hair is down.
Missing a lease was staying in the corner room, which faces out to the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of the window, not before.
You saw a truly
Well,
terrible
you already
sight.
know what to do.
Yep, you saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? Eh? If I was in your place, then it would have been much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court, eh? And me seeing off from this very chair, eh? Or, well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid as creative as Detective Gumshoe. I will look the fool if I comment on such foolishness. I forgot about our tick. Anyways,
Ooh.
this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full names. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Okay. Should we just skip straight to it?
Yep.
Yeah. The stab man must have her after she was pushed out of her window. Oh yeah, what does this thing say, y'all? Huh? Impressive logic. That's what I like to say, anyways. Oh, please do.
Hey, that's me. Stop it.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter.
However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Ms. Von Karma, would you be so kind taking a look at the autopsy report?
Oh, here's the updated one.
The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right. It says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? They threw up in the air? Is that what he's saying?
Powerbomb.
Order. The victim was killed and then fell. If that's the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree, eh? That's the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And then she was thrown out of her window down below into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dulcine's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That will leave a blood stain. Wouldn't you agree? No. Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? What? And no traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whiplash just caused traces of blood to be found in my glorious play-off beard. However, if there were no blood in the room, then your client... I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this. As I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it procures the most blood, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood will be lost from a body, that will be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true, eh? With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking, I see. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out the window with the sword still in place. This removes all the contradictions. Order. I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we are in need of a clear testimony from the witness, eh? Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate.
No. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has put me out of shape. Especially my back and mood.
What if she is this hunched over?
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip.
Oh boy. Alright. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mr. Clarice. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't believe me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisca von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Alrighty. I looked at the cross, the sword is already in place, eh? At that time, was the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting like a plug in the wound. In any case...
Completely through.
Yep, completely through. Let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? I didn't actually see her stab him. Huh. Think carefully. This is very important.
It's Irish we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. Oh, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mr. Elisa's body.
Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. Never seen so much blood before. But did you say she saw no blood?
Press it.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? Oh yeah.
That's right. Solomon is splattered onto Iris too.
Oh, another piece of clue. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. Oh. Well, what? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? This seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further?
Do it.
Always. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding?
Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw.
What did you see?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman getting stabbed. But I saw the girl pour the sword out of her, plain as day.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out.
Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony.
Was that important?
More important than you can imagine, lady.
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Because that sword is made for smoothly stabbing and smoothly pulling out.
I see, okay. Let's find out more about it. Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out?
That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mr. Gaming.
Yep, that's a sword designed smoothly to pull out.
Yep.
Mr. Elisa was left on the ground and stood over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt.
Oh god. Very smooth.
That was just a
right
dark.
there, baby.
That was just a Dark Souls backstab.
It really was a Dark Souls backstab.
When Iris stood up, the sword was her hand slid out of Mr. Elisa's body. It slid out from that gaping wound.
It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened.
Present the sword, because it does not look like that.
Yes, I've never seen so much blood before. Saw instant was smoothly drawn out.
That one. Yep, presented there.
I'm like, this ain't covered. I also would have gone for the picture too. Because, like, it's still in her, you know? But we'll do the sword. Sword's more safe. Sister Bikini, you're a reliable witness. At least, I like to think so. But there are many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound though as I'm a big fat liar.
Well, you're two of those three things.
But you're a handsome young man, so I forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claimed to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt on the victim, Dark Souls backstabbing style. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this thing? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword is truly stabbed into the body up to its hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in his body, it acts like a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound will be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than a conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
You dumb, stupid idiot. You fraud. You. It's all we got.
I'm not finished. There's still one more. Conclusive contradiction. You still got more? This one is simple. If this sword really was thrusting all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! Order! Ah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know can maybe manage one, if that.
Damn.
Damn. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but haven't come this far, there can be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Suishishito. Well, what?
What?
A foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, that's because I was holding it. Maybe.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impressions left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shishito was the murder weapon. Order! Ah! So maybe the Shishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to?
Into the river.
It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to where a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Ms. Von Karma. No evidence that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without murder weapons is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I know where the sword was disposed of.
You what? Ah! Whip.
Everyone gets hit.
Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible.
What else? What else could this old woman have seen? What do you know, Shane?
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk the Pesky Bridge, but no less than 5 using one of those.
Oh, that's kind of important.
That's big.
Maybe they threw the weapon into, hey, I was right, into Eagle River and came back out when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all.
Oof. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time, eh?
Well, I'm not in the best of shape, but I'm back an age ago.
Quite. There was indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Look at this photograph. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eel River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Yeah, boy, it's getting a little tricky. Let's go. Murder around 11 p.m. Okay. After asking the reporter, I went out to the main gate.
Okay.
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Right. The one who trampled me.
It seems she's the type to hold a grudge. She's like, I'm not gonna forget. He stepped on me.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge.
Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too.
Anyway, Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I would go up by the main gate for a spell.
Tracks have been used. As I recall, there were a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
And there's still snow.
Mm-hmm. The shoreline change.
Oh, oops.
That's it. That's the only one we have. You're right no matter how much snow falls.
Now you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived.
Yes, I've got her. Susan parked in front of the gate.
So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. Not sure this is really relevant. What should I do? Always press
Always
further.
press.
I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
I see. I never thought of that. You're so smart.
That's right, I overlooked that too. You're so smart, Edgeworth. Of course you did. I love you, Edgeworth. To answer the question, please, witness.
I don't have to go around touching hot engines.
Unless they're guys.
However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
No?
Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it? Curses! It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? Takes 15 minutes to walk Dusky Bridge and then less than 5. Yeah. In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
There's a reason for that. Have you got a moment for me to explain?
As you see, I have a bad back. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
And I'm very short.
Yeah, I'm very short. I think that's why the question was asked in the first place.
It was about a month ago.
Gets into trauma story.
I was driving my wheel up to the snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. It compressed my spine and hurt my back. The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch.
Crunch. The cereal. I want some.
I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then.
Side note, have you ever seen, like, in holidays, just the bags of, like, cereal? Just
I have not, no.
I actually have a bag. It is Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
It's just a little relockable Ziploc bag.
Damn. Efficient.
Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Dude, the weapon Eagle Ribbon came back while I was knocked out. Refresh your memory. How long were you knocked out for? How
Like
long?
I
Shane?
said, somewhere. I was doing a demonstration to tell you how long I was knocked out. Maybe 10 to 20 minutes.
It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede? Miles Edgeworth.
Time to look at evidence again, especially weather evidence.
Yep, but we still have this last one. while it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? What? Turning to me to help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She is over the top as always. Anyways, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. You lose.
I win.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Alright. So, you're thinking weather?
Take a look at it. So with the occasional lightning strikes. 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning 10 to approximately
11. Lightning 10 to approximately. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay.
Oh, what if they weren't trying to throw it into the river? What if they were trying to go into the inner temple, but then the lightning set the bridge on fire, and then they had to resort to throwing it?
Okay, yeah, but then that just brings up new questions, right? But that's for later.
That's how these go.
Yeah, okay. So wait, she saw the murder around 11 p.m. She saw the murder around 11 p.m., so it was lightning, for sure.
Oh, and we have that new tracks photo.
Yes.
There's footsteps. And the tracks.
Oh, I didn't even notice that there were footsteps. But I can't tell if that's actually... if that was Bikini's footsteps, or... because this could have been taken at later. I don't know, but we'll keep that in mind. Saw the murder around 11 p.m. So it's either the time. So if it was after 11 p.m., then it would be... the bridge is down at this point. Okay, so the bridge is down at this point. So yeah, it could be what you're thinking. Let's see where we can present that. After asking a report, I went to main gate. Tracks indicate a snowmobile has been used. Takes 15 minutes walk to Dusty Bridge. Less than 5. Threw the weapon.
Maybe they threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back.
It's just I'm having a hard time connecting the.
Well,
bridge
wait.
to
There's
this.
only one set of tracks, and then there's footprints.
Maybe threw the weapon and came back. I was out. I was done that. She could try snowmobile draw. Is that what you're thinking? So this statement.
The track. I'm thinking the tracks.
Because
Set
on
of
one
tracks.
set.
There's one footprint, and
Okay.
that's only the snowmobile coming back.
Interesting. You are. Oh yeah, because it wasn't there when we got there. Remember?
Yeah, it just showed up.
Okay. Okay. Let's present it. Oh.
Yeah.
I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used in the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? Well, what do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned? If that was the case, then naturally there should be 2 sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Ah, you're right.
You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. Huh? On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it? I
No, it
see.
stopped snowing by then.
Yep, while she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks? It's flawless, just like
She's
her.
brilliant.
The tracks to the river weren't covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence would do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow? Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
The weather report.
The weather.
Also,
That's
Neng,
not-
this is just making me wish that the Edgeworth games were translated.
Yes, I know. It sounds... I want a game of Edgeworth doing this. Alright, here's the weather report. Take that. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. I guess... Oh,
Like I said, it was around 11. I don't know what this other voice coming out in.
of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7, but it stopped at around 10:50. What? Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Ah. Order. Very well done. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ah! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow and terrible puns. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. What a loser.
Idiot.
Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? No. You got it all wrong. This isn't forecast. This is actual data. Aha! Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh? Well, what? How did she pull that off? It has stopped snowing at Houseclear Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. Come this far, there's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Huh. You can't back down, can ya? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Well, now then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Actually, where is our evidence?
A crime photo? Would the body be covered in snow?
There's no snow on the body. But, it's a kind of weak theory though, but we keep that in mind. Actually, maybe it is the body, right?
I think so.
'Cause
Seems
there's
like
no
our only thing. Yeah, because there's snow on the statue, no snow on her.
Yeah. Yes. Let's try it.
And if it snowed, she would have been long cold. Because
Yeah.
it's cold out, she would have froze quick.
Yeah. Take that. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snow in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is
Easy.
incredibly easy,
Incredibly easy.
What?
Damn, I didn't think cocky enough.
If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene.
Turn around the liquor store.
As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception. And then that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Duxanim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. Yeah. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Ah! Order. Just what are you... What? Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all these facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Did I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Damn,
That'd
getting
be nice
worse
to
and
know.
worse.
Which can only mean that night. Eris used the snowmobile to get to the inner temple. To go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge.
Yep.
So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But one thought is, when I let Iris return to the Hazakura temple, I didn't see anything near the Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made back to Hazakura temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow too.
But that isn't possible. Order in the court. What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the Iron Temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 set of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. Never thought a simple snowmobile would cause so much trouble. I think we learned all we can from this witness.
Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know.
But then, that still just leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness, who could testify to having seen that snowmobile. A witness, huh?
But who?
Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night at 10 p.m. waiting to confess his love? No one?
No one?
I don't think that's likely. It's cold enough to freeze your ears out. Only an idiot would go on wondering if that. An idiot. Unless they had something really important to do.
That's a shame. There's no such thing as that idiot in this world. Hold on.
Idiot?
Why am I getting this bad feeling?
Idiot.
An idiot may have gone well out into that night, but why do I not like this thought? Your Honor, actually, there might just be one person who can help us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? You know an idiot, Miles Edgeworth? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are... First,
He's an idiot.
that he's an idiot. Second, that he saw something incredible the night of the murder. And the second, he's an idiot. He went outside on that cold night because he's an idiot. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Woo! Finally got there. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? We have to actually pull him up. Gumshoe. And then everyone be like, of course Gumshoe would. Yeah, it makes sense, you know? Alright, Larry. This guy just might be a product of Jean-Duc Le Duc Guide to Obnoxious French Paintons. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Duxanim. Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering around in a boot outside on the night of the murder? It's a long story, you know. Tell him all about his designs for Iris. But it may cost us his credibility as a witness, even before we call him. He is, after all, an artist. Oh my god, you can feel the pain in Edgeworth's always said that. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, that's this unfortunate, unreliable looking man. What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately! I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Larry, get over here! Very well. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm gonna get everything out of you. Those 5 locks, they're done. This court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Ms. Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, Court is now in recess.
Break point.
To be continued. Whoa.